Hello, and I would like to welcome you to this session, Communicating the Impact of Your Library's PA Forward programs using the new PA Forward website. And I really am hoping and welcoming you to the 2021 Pennsylvania Library Association virtual conference. With me at this presentation is Kimberly Ribnack, and I am Rob Lesher. We're going to be doing two parts of our presentation. So just to kind of let you know how this is going to work, I'm going to do the first half, and Kimberly is going to talk more about talking to elected officials and other VIPs about your work with PA Forward. So I'm going to start right now. I'm going to share my screen with you right now and start my PowerPoint presentation. So again, this program is communicating the impact of your library's PA Forward programs using the new PA Forward website. As I said, I'm going to talk today. I'm going to review what my part of the presentation is going to be is I am going to review the website and other tools that are available for you to use in your PA Forward work. And Kimberly is going to talk a little bit later about using this tool specifically for talking with elected officials. So a quick introduction about myself. I am, again, Rob Lesher. I am the PA Forward Program Manager with the Pennsylvania Library Association. I have been in the position of Program Manager since September of 2019, but I have really been working with PA Forward since 2010, when we were in the process of planning for the launch of PA Forward, which actually happened in 2012. A little quick personal piece about me. I am a Gen Xer. So being a Gen Xer, that has modeled my viewpoint of the world. And if during this presentation I make some kind of sarcastic remark, just understand that it is because of who I am that I am doing that. So, and I kind of love this picture because it reminds me very much of my high school yearbook. A quick piece of background. PA Forward is an initiative of the Pennsylvania Library Association. It is the PA Forward itself is a framework which you can use to describe, to communicate to your public, to your board, to your elected officials, the impact of the programs and the work that you do in your library. PA Forward is based on the premise that literacy is power, that libraries provide the fuel for you, for your community, and for Pennsylvania. PA Forward is based on the concept that our residents need to be fluent and functional in 5 specific literacy areas. And those 5 areas are basic information, civic and social, health, and financial. And what PA Forward does is try to connect you to subject matter experts that might be in your community to help you carry out programs in those areas. But quite frankly, PA Forward is also based on the fact that this is stuff that you are already doing. You are doing programming in, if not all of these areas, most of these areas. So we're really not asking you in implementing PA Forward to do something new. What we're really asking you to do is frame it in a way so that all of our libraries are able to communicate the value of their services, the impact of their services in the same way. And when we are able to communicate about the work we do in the same way, our users, our funders begin to hear and understand and actually use our terminology to describe what the library is doing. And it's builds a much more powerful argument that we have about our value to our communities and the impacts that we're having in our communities. So my part of today's program is really to talk about the PA Forward website. I'm going to talk a little bit about what the purpose of the PA Forward website is, a quick history. I'm going to go over some layout and help to direct you to where you might direct specific people to different portions of the website, depending upon what their needs are. I'm also going to let you know what's available at the association website, which is palibraries.org, and also the growing library of information we're putting together at our PA Forward Niche Academy site. So, I'm just going to say it right now, but it will come up later on in the presentation. The PA Forward's website address is literally just paforward.org. So the purpose, the PA Forward website was designed specifically for non-library workers, non-library users. Its purpose was for people outside of our profession to learn about the concepts of the initiative. The site does not include any materials for implementing or branding your programming. The site is simply informational. And all of the materials for implementing and branding your program are found at the Pennsylvania Library Association website. And I'm gonna show you exactly where you can find that material a little later. And all materials for library workers are accessed there, but also we have added in the past year the Niche Academy site. So when the PA Forward website was launched, this is what it looked like. This was the PA Forward site from 2012 until about 6 months ago. What you cannot see on this page, so I actually had to go to the Wayback Machine and actually get a screenshot of what the PA Forward website looked like at that time. One thing that didn't translate over, there was a video that was in the big kind of brownish yellow area in the middle, which was really early in graphics. It's definitely not a YouTube video, and it kind of outlined a little bit about what PA Forward was about, specifically at the launch. I'm gonna go ahead here. So that website was launched in 2012, in January 2012, when we launched the PA Forward initiative. It really was had really 3 pieces of information on it when it was launched. It was a listing of the donors who have been giving money to PA Forward. It was a listing of our partners that were created, and as they grew, like in 2012, there was very few partners. But as we grew the program, that partner list increased. And what we call our literacies rationale sheets. The rationale sheets look like this. And really what they were is just kind of describing and defining what we mean by like here, civic and social literacy, or basic literacy, or financial literacy, and give some statistics that we have pulled out of some of our research materials to highlight why we are doing work in that area. Now, some of the really negatives of the site when it was launched were, and the biggest one was that it was put together in 2012. It was at the time when common practice for website design was that you purchased a content management system, a CMS, and that you use that CMS to try to give consistency to all of your pages. Well, the CMS that was selected for the PA Forward site was one that was not the friendliest of, well, not the friendliest to use, and it was one that was actually had many limitations. And based upon the work we did with our PR marketing firm, there were actually very few areas that we could update on a regular basis. And because of that, honestly, over the years, that PA Forward site became extremely dated, and we honestly found that many of you who are using PA Forward concepts were not directing people to the PA Forward site because it didn't have any new or didn't cover information that had developed since the beginning of the initiative. So in 2020, the PA Forward Steering Committee set as one of the goals that we would do a full update of the PA Forward site. We pulled together a team of individuals that are both involved with websites and who have been involved with PA Forward as an initiative, and we discussed what would be the best way to try to do an update. And so that committee decided, honestly, that we really would be best served if we actually hired a graphic web designer to rework the site, and that would really give us probably the best visual work, that we really needed to move the site from that proprietary CMS, and that the recommendation was to move to WordPress, and that we thought that there was definitely kind of a large enough population of librarians within the Commonwealth that moving to WordPress would help us to be able to sustain the site and to sustain any changes. We needed the site to be easier to update, that we could add materials as programs came and went, and also we hoped that we would be able to add and change materials as quickly as possible. If you haven't visited the website in years, it is worth checking out. And here's the first screenshot of the new updated PA Forward site. But what I'm going to do at this point is I am going to stop my slideshow. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I am going to reshare my screen, and I'm going to our website. Kimberly, could you shake your head whether you see it? Can you see the site? Okay. So this is the new PA Forward website. As I told you, the URL is paforward.org. And when you pop here, I think that it is perfect. There's a kind of newer crispness about the site. So what I'm going to do for a few minutes is just kind of walk you through this website and show you the different types of information that's available. So the first thing that you see is our book stack that highlight each one of the literacies. Each of the literacies have a definition and a rationale behind what we mean by basic literacy, and also a background and information behind why we're doing what we're doing. So what we have on the page is some highlights of specific outcomes that one hopes to achieve by working in basic literacy in our libraries. And then below that, we actually have some of the numeric rationales that go into why are you doing basic literacy programming, such as, 86% of 3 to 5 year olds not in kindergarten are told a story by a family member weekly. 95% are taught. These are These are literacy numbers and statistics about why we're doing what we're doing, how we're doing it, and what impacts libraries are having on basic literacy. There is a similar, and I'm not going to go through each of the literacy sheets here, but these are tools that are pulled out from the Rationale sheets. I will show you where they are in a little while, but we cover each of the literacy areas to describe why libraries are working on literacy programming in each of those areas. We also have a very prominent page that explains what is the PA Forward STAR Library Program. What does it mean? And how does it work? And what happens as you go through the program? And it has the STAR Library map, which highlights the libraries where your elected official could find your STAR library on the page, but also going through the just really the rationale for what the STAR Library Program is and what each of the STAR levels mean. This was something we weren't able to do on the old site. There was no way for us to add any information about the PA Forward STAR program there. And that was really one of the biggest negatives about the use that we would get every year in our annual survey from the library community, is that really, where is there information that I can direct my mayor of my town to about our Gold Star program? So also on the page, in addition to that, on the home page, and anytime you click on our logo, it returns you to the home page. I'd also like to highlight something very important that's here within our logo. You will note that PA Forward has the registered trademark symbol. If you use PA Forward at any time in your library, please use the registered trademark symbol. You can get it by just putting an R between two parentheses in any kind of Word document, and it will give you that beautiful symbol. In 2019, we actually achieved federal registered trademark status for PA Forward. We own the term PA Forward. And to be sure that we continue to be able to keep that, we need to make sure that you use that when PA Forward is used in our context, it has that registered symbol. It makes sure that we keep that. In addition to this basic information, as you scroll down the front page of the PA Forward site, there are highlights of programs that are currently in the works. I have removed a couple, such as the 2021 Information Literacy Summit, because it's over. But we do have partnerships with Department of Health, and so they were offering COVID resources for libraries, and here's a link to those sites. Of course, our conference has PA Forward programming, but these are just highlights of things that are going on that you can highlight. Look at these partnerships that PA Forward that we have as a library with the Department of Health, Department of Corrections, other programs as they come about. We also have information about what is PA Forward. We do have a lovely introduction video that you can use at any board meeting, or if you, it's only a few minutes long, but you're welcome to play and highlight these videos if you're doing any kind of presentation. And we also try to keep some meaningful statistics for Pennsylvania libraries and their impact. And these are just some statistics that will need to be updated, but I think that these are from 2019, because that's what we had the best numbers from. And then just some more descriptor information. I do want to highlight the fact that PA Forward is a project that is made possible in part by the Libraries Services and Technology Act funds. from the U.S. Institute of Museums and Library Sciences as services, as administered by the Pennsylvania Department of Education through the Office of Commonwealth Libraries and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Tom Wolf Governor. When you do use many of the materials, we do need to highlight that PA Forward is an LSTA funded program. In addition to the page you see, we also have information about what is PA Forward, some descriptions, some of the individuals who are a part of our steering committee, how is it governed, the mission of what PA Forward is, raise, and most importantly, what are some of the goals, what are some of the descriptions. Under support, it's the area where our partners can help, can find information about how to become partners and how we work with our partners. Under programs, we have all of basically a realignment of the books in another area. And we also have a listing of our partners and supporters. Again, we're highlighting the libraries and individuals who have been contributors to PA Forward, but also the full list of our partner organizations. And right now, we don't have all of the logos for all of our partner organizations, but that's something that we are going to work on. And one other aspect of the PA Forward site that I just want to go over here real quickly is when we send out press releases, we do add those press releases to the newsroom. So if your library is highlighted, if you made a star achievement within the last quarter, those press releases will show up here. I will note that the July press release has not been uploaded yet. That's my bad. And hopefully by the time you see this at the conference, that will be remedied. So these are the highlights. Kimberly's going to talk a little bit more about how you can use this information and other pieces here on our websites to actually talk about your achievements. But I want to show you really quickly go through the other two places where you would find PA Forward information and information that you could use to talk to your community. At the Pennsylvania Library Association site, which is palibraries.org, if you hover over the first tab on the web page, Get Involved, below that is a flyout for PA Forward. And in this flyout, it has all of the tools that we have available for you as a library and a librarian and library worker to be able to carry out the PA Forward program. So the first tool that we have available is the PA Forward's Commons. The Commons is a list directory of programs that are available that have been successfully done by libraries throughout the Commonwealth in different literacies. You can search the Commons by, there's an option here for search the database. You can search by literacy. You can search by type of library. You could search by subject matter if you were interested, if you're looking for some ideas about a specific program like yoga. You can search the database and find programs that libraries have done. You get contact information for the library who submitted the program. And really what our goal is that you get an idea of something you like, and you can reach out to the librarian and library that submitted the program and chat about ways that your library could really take advantage of that program. You want to make sure that you're carrying out the programs that are really useful for your library. So as you know, you can copy the program, but you can also talk to the person who designed the program originally to try to modify it to work in your specific situation. There is also information about our PA Forward Information Literacy Summits that has already occurred for 2021. So honestly, there's not going to be new information about that, but we will be linking to some of the speakers later on in the year that you could actually see two of our keynote speakers. This is probably the most important page, the PA Forward marketing materials. Here, you can get access to the rationale sheets about PA Forward. You can get access to one-page documents that explain what PA Forward is and why you're taking part in it, and what library's impact is in your community. There's links to information about the Star Library program. There's a link to the PA Forward digital media calendar. The digital media calendar is designed by the Pennsylvania Library Association's PR Marketing Committee, and they actually lay out at the beginning of the year an entire year's worth of programming that your library can do that covers all of the literacies, and as simply as you could do programs in them, or there'll be sample social media posts, possible newsletter articles. It's a lovely tool for you as you start your year to be able to kind of get an idea of different types of programs that you can do throughout the entire year. Again, the PA Forward Commons, and access to every graphic and every logo that you see used in the PA Forward program. We also have a link to just some videos and photos about PA Forward. We have a link to training. There are also training possibilities for PA Forward, and there's an online application. But this link takes you to the PA Forward Niche Academy. Now, the primary use that we have for the Niche Academy right now is that we are using our Niche Academy site to manage your submissions for Star Library status. There was a site, and we are now calling it our legacy site, which was paforwardstarlibraries.org. We're calling that our legacy site. We really hope that that site's going to go away at December 31st, 2021, and that we won't be updating that information on that site any longer. That we are going to use the PA Forward site and our Niche Academy modules for managing the Star Library program going forward. So there's a modules here for each of the Star programs, but in addition to that, there will be programs that were done at our annual conferences, such as last year, Big Statements with Project Outcome, Evaluation of Programs. You can go to this and click on it, and I'm not going to start it, but you can actually watch the presentation that we did at last year's conference at our site. We also have a growing number of virtual programs, such as a whole series of programs that libraries did throughout the state, kind of in the theme of this past year's summer reading program. We're calling it our Tales and Health Literacy 2021. But there are 6 programs available to you right here. They're all children's programs that you can use for programming in your library. They're freely accessible, and this page is completely open for you to be able to use anything that's here. And we're going to also be adding programs in September to what we are calling our PA Forward Virtual Programming Library. And we have about 13 new programs that we are going to upload in the next couple of weeks to this, and all of them are freely available to you to use at your library in any way that you wish, for a public program, for staff training, They're really we're really hoping to create a fully functioning virtual programming library. And in the coming years, we're going to be adding to those programs. That was actually all of the sites that I wanted to go over. At this point, I'm just going to highlight. Just want to highlight the. You know what? I'm not going to share again. Just want to highlight the fact that if you have any questions for me, I can be easily reached at the Pennsylvania Library Association headquarters. My email is rob, at palibraries.org. And don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions about where to find something on any of these tools. So at this time, I'm going to turn over the presentation to Kimberly, who's going to actually tell you all the really, really great stuff that you really wanted to know about here. So Kimberly, take it away.
Thanks so much, Rob. I'm just going to share my screen, and I have a basic PowerPoint that I'm going to share with everybody. As Rob said, I am Kimberly Ribnack. I am co-chair of the Pennsylvania Library Association Legislative Committee. And today I'm going to talk with you about using PA Forward, and particularly the tools on the website to introduce the value of PA Forward and advocate for your library and community. Thanks, Rob, for the excellent information on PA Forward and for the overview of the amazing new website, as well as the other tools that are available. When he first shared the new website with me, my initial response was, where has this been my whole life? Because it is absolutely 100% built for advocacy. If you've ever heard me talk about advocacy, one of the things that I'm really passionate about is everyday advocacy. I believe that it shouldn't be something that is done once or twice a year, nor should it really be a big deal. Advocacy should be part and parcel of your everyday conversations about the library, and it probably already is. So to me, there are basically three advocacy groups: individuals, community partners, and elected officials. So who are we talking with? Individual advocacy is made up of conversations with neighbors, friends, coworkers, the mail carrier, the garden club, your walking group, and so on. These are the people that you chat with every day about both big and small things that affect your life. Community partner advocacy is about the conversations, both formal and informal, that you have with local groups, like when the library goes to a Rotary meeting, or the Ladies Auxiliary, or the Ministerium, or other nonprofit groups that are local, church groups, your local funders. It's when you discuss what you're passionate about and why you are, and they do the same. Then we have advocacy as everybody thinks of it, which is elected officials. The formal and informal conversations with government leaders on state, county, and municipal levels are what this is. It's critical to remember that it's not just an ask for money that you make to these people. There's a lot that has to come before that. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the role libraries play in the health and well-being of our communities. We're letting people know that with the right support, libraries are ideally to become community centers of information, technology, and learning. That with the right support, libraries will fuel educational and economic opportunity for everyone in our community. It's a message that will appeal to individuals, community partners, and elected officials, because everyone is very passionate about their local community. The mission speaks for itself. It speaks to everyone equally. These are the talking points that are simple and clear, and they can be found right on the website, as Rob pointed out. Library services for all Pennsylvanians. Strengthen communities by strengthening libraries. Improved access to shared resources. Recognizing the link between libraries and workforce development. Recognizing the importance of libraries and librarians to their communities. And one thing that's really important for me to point out at this time is that it's not just about public libraries. Sure, public libraries are probably the most visible, but it's not just public. Academic libraries support their communities by sharing resources and services that expand on what public libraries do. Schools with strong libraries and librarians learn more, get better grades, and achieve higher test scores. And of course, public libraries are essential to the ever-growing mix of organizations, businesses, and individuals. They start with early learning support for our littlest users and continue to support educational and recreational needs throughout the lives of all of our community. Rob pointed out this excellent graphic that has all the star libraries across the Commonwealth. And this is a really powerful image. So gold, silver, or bronze, all PA Forward Star libraries are proud to demonstrate that they have gone through training and they've developed programming to support the 5 essential literacies. These libraries have undergone peer review, and their excellent programs and services are officially recognized by having won their star. Programming is benchmarked. The libraries are connecting partners to further their mission and expertise. And this official seal, like the Good Housekeeping Seal of Approval, will demonstrate to all our advocacy groups that the library is vital to the community and works to support their needs at all times. Here's the list of partners that you saw when Rob was live with the website. It is extensive and impressive. These are groups that run the gamut from government departments, statewide and national nonprofits to corporations and industry consortiums. And each one of them has signed on to work with our libraries to help expand the network and assist in supporting those 5 basic literacies. And this type of recognition from such a broad array of organizations really demonstrates the reach and significance that they place on libraries and that we place on our communities. And to our community partners and our elected officials, this really has tremendous impact. So how can you use all this? You have all the talking points, you have all the background. So how do you advocate for your library? Tell your story right on the page. You tell it to individuals. You let them know why the library is important to you, what the library has to offer, how it has been acknowledged by its peers for programs and services. They'll hear your message, and not only will they take a deeper interest themselves, but they will likely tell others about it. You tell it to the community groups when you go to the meetings or when they come to you for meetings. You are a peer-reviewed library, and that is something to brag about. And by sharing that with other community groups, they will take an interest in being connected to you. And they will share that information with their own members. Your list of PA Forward partners will make an impact since everyone is always looking for connections to extend their own reach and looking for expertise. And then you encourage your individual and community connections to share their library impact stories by using the email address that's linked right here on this page. And you should use it too, and encourage your staff to use it as well. We all know that word of mouth has power and will add fuel to the fire. And then contact your elected officials. This seems obvious, but often it's something that's overlooked. To find who your elected officials are is right there on the website. You let them know what amazing work the library is doing in the community, and that the library has been vetted by its peers and recognized for exceptional programs and services. Let me tell you, the elected officials will happily brag to their own peers about their home library. We've seen it and heard it on the legislative committee. And when the time comes that you need their support for services and funding, they'll already know about the incredible work you do, how it supports the community and their own constituents, and what an integral part of daily life the public library has become. And encourage your individual and community advocates to do the same and to reach out regularly. So why do we do all this? We do it to make sure that libraries have the resources they need to help their communities and reach their greatest potential. It's that simple. And the new PA Forward website, it's here to provide you with the tools that you need to make that happen. So I want to thank you for your time, and please don't hesitate to reach out, Both Rob and I are here in this session, even though we're recording it now, we're here live with you. So please put any questions you have in the chat box. And please do not forget to complete your evaluation form for this session and all the other ones you attend. They're in the chat box and they can be found on the message boards. So again, thank you so much.
Again, I would really just like to thank everyone for attending our session today. I would like to remind everybody that the exhibit booths are open and you are not more than welcome. You are so welcome to go and visit those booths. Please do. The exhibitors that attend our conference every year are critical for business in Pennsylvania, for library business to be successful. So please go check out what they have. I also hope that you will enjoy the rest of your 2021 Pennsylvania Library Association virtual conference.
Welcome, neighbor.
Welcome, neighbor. Have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Kimberly.